When Keanu Reeves goes to a fancy Hollywood party, the night is meant to be just another nice event. There is champagne, bright camera flashes, and planned talks. But in the dark parts of the big event, Maria, a quiet cleaning woman who has worked there for many years, holds on to one hope. She wants to keep a promise to her sick grandson. All she needs is one signature, just a name on a page. But as she reaches for the notebook, she has no idea that this small act will cost her everything. And she has even less idea that soon Keanu himself will find out. What happens next, no one in that hotel or the world will ever forget. Before we go on with this story, let us know where you are watching from. And if you like stories like this, subscribe to the channel because tomorrow we have another special story for you. The sky in Los Angeles shines with the light of flashing cameras. Fancy cars pull up one after another at the door of the Grand Crystal Hotel, one of the city's most special places. Famous people, rich business leaders, and big stars from movies and TV walk down the red carpet. Reporters and photographers watch them closely. For the world, it is just another shiny Hollywood night. For Maria Esteban, who is 62 years old, it is just another day at work. While the guests drink champagne and eat fancy small foods, Maria and the other cleaners move quietly through the hotel's hidden halls. They make sure every spot stays clean. She wears her dark blue uniform and pushes a cart full of cleaning things. A small radio is with her as always. But tonight, her thoughts are far away. Miles from there, in a small house, her 9-year-old grandson Tomas lies in a hospital bed, waiting with excitement. He has been in the hospital for weeks, fighting a rare sickness that stops him from running and playing like other kids. His best escape is the world of movies, and no one makes him happier than Keanu Reeves. Tomas collects posters, watches every movie by the actor, and spends hours drawing pictures from John Wick, Neo, and Constantine. But he has one special dream: to get an autograph from Keanu himself. "Grandma, do you promise? If you ever meet him, will you ask for an autograph for me?" His voice still rings in Maria's mind. Maria never makes promises she can't keep. But that day, seeing the light in her grandson's eyes, she does something she doesn't do often. She takes a chance. "I promise, my love. If I ever meet him, I will bring you his autograph." And now there he is. Keanu Reeves, just a few steps away. He has just arrived at the event, staying calm and cool as always. Dressed in a perfect black suit, he stands out not because he is showy, but because he is graceful and humble. Unlike many stars, he doesn't seem in a hurry or annoyed. Maria watches him from far away, trying to ignore her fast-beating heart. This is my chance, she thinks. She puts her hand in the pocket of her apron and feels the small notebook. Tomas has filled it with drawings, leaving one blank spot for the signature of his biggest hero. The promise is about to come true. But Maria has no idea that this simple thing will change her life forever. She slides her hand into her pocket, feeling Tomas's notebook. "Tonight, I keep my promise," she thinks, not knowing the price that will come with it. Maria stands in the corner of the big hall, holding the small notebook inside her apron pocket. Her heart beats hard against her chest, and a strong worry twists inside her. She watches as Keanu Reeves moves through the crowd, stopping sometimes to say hello to people with his usual kindness. He doesn't rush talks. He doesn't push past people like some famous folks do. He really listens. But still, doubt comes into Maria's mind. What if they throw me out? What if I lose my job? She has worked at the Grand Crystal Hotel for almost 20 years, always staying hidden, cleaning up after the fancy and rich people. The rule that no one says out loud has always been clear. Staff must never talk to guests. Her fingers hold tight to the edges of the notebook. But what if I don't? What if I walk away and let Tomas down? She can see him in her mind, her grandson, his weak body under a hospital blanket, his eyes bright with hope. She can hear his small voice, full of joy when he talks about Keanu Reeves, when he thinks about what it would be like to meet him. That is all Maria needs. A deep breath, a step forward. She moves through the well-dressed guests, careful not to get noticed, getting closer to Keanu. He has just finished talking with a group of people and now stands by the bar, drinking water. This is her moment. Maria's hands shake as she takes the notebook from her pocket and holds it to her chest. She opens her mouth to speak, but her voice doesn't come out. "No, Maria, do this for Tomas." Another breath, then finally she speaks. "Mr. Reeves, excuse me." Keanu turns, his kind face showing no anger, only real interest. "I don't mean to bother you, but my grandson is your biggest fan. He has been sick for a long time, and your movies mean everything to him. She stops for a second, then holds out the notebook with both hands. I promised him that if I ever had the chance, I would get him your autograph. Could you sign this for him? A short pause. Maria holds her breath. Then a warm smile spreads on Keanu's face. Of course, he says softly. What's his name? Tomas. Keanu takes the notebook from Maria's hands and looks through the pages. His eyes get big as he sees Tomas's drawings, careful pictures of John Wick, Neo, and Constantine. Wow, he's really good, Keanu says, clearly touched. Maria's throat feels tight. She watches as Keanu carefully writes a message inside the notebook. To Tomas, keep dreaming big. With love, Keanu Reeves. He signs his name nicely, then closes the notebook and gives it back to her. Tell Tomas he's amazing, and that I hope he keeps drawing. Maria feels tears in her eyes. Thank you. You don't know what this means to him. It's my pleasure, Keanu says with a nod, before someone else calls him. Maria holds the notebook against her chest, her heart feeling happy. She has done it. She has kept her promise. But as she turns to leave, a cold voice comes from behind her. Maria, we need to talk now. She stops. She knows that voice right away, the supervisor. Maria smiles down at the autograph, feeling like she has won. But before she can put it away, a cold voice comes from behind her. Can we talk for a moment? Maria feels a cold feeling down her back. Slowly, she turns to see where the voice comes from. Her supervisor, Mr. Langley, stands there with his arms crossed. His sharp eyes are full of no-like. He is a man in his mid-50s, always dressed perfectly in a dark suit, and always watching. Maria has never liked him. He treats the cleaning staff like they are not there, unless he needs something. But right now he sees her, and he is not happy. Follow me, he orders, his voice with no feeling. Maria's heart beats fast. The happy moment from just seconds ago is gone. She looks down at the notebook in her hands. Keanu's message to Tomas shines like a light of hope. Please don't take this away from me, she thinks. She follows Langley through a side hall, away from the event, until they reach a small work hallway. The walls are plain, the lights not as bright, out of sight. Langley turns to face her. What do you think you were doing out there? Maria stops for a moment. I just asked for an autograph, sir. It was for my grandson. I don't care, Langley says sharply, stopping her. You know the rules, Maria. Employees are not to talk with guests. You've been here long enough to know that. But no excuses. His face is like stone, showing nothing. You've put me in a hard spot. If I let this go, other staff might think they can approach guests too. I can't allow that. Maria's stomach twists. Sir, I've worked here for almost 20 years. I have never asked for anything. I have never broken any rules. It was just a small favor, just a signature for my grandson. Please. Langley's face doesn't change. You should have thought about that before breaking policy. Maria holds her hands tight, trying to stop the tears. She wants to fight. She wants to yell that this is not fair. But what can she do? She is just a cleaning lady. Langley takes a slow breath, and then with no doubt, he says the words she fears most. Pack your things. You're fired. The words hit her like a hard push. Fired for asking for an autograph? Her legs feel weak, but she makes herself stand straight. Please, Mr. Langley, this job is all I have. You should have thought of that before breaking the rules. His voice has no kindness. Maria swallows hard. She could beg, she could ask more, but she knows it won't help. He has already decided. Slowly, she nods, her fingers holding tight to the notebook. Understood. Without another word, she turns and walks away. She doesn't wait for him to take her out. She doesn't want him to see her cry. But as she steps outside the Grand Crystal Hotel, the cold night air hits her like a slap. Everything she has worked for, gone. She walks through the streets, holding the notebook like it is saving her life. Tears burn in her eyes, but she won't let them fall. She thinks of Tomas. How will she tell him? How can she explain that she lost her job, the only money they have, just for trying to make him happy? Her hands shake. She looks down at the autograph. To Tomas, keep dreaming big. With love, Keanu Reeves. A message of hope. But at what cost? Maria takes a deep breath, making herself strong. She will not let this break her. She will find another job. She will figure something out. But what Maria doesn't know is that her story is far from over. Because somewhere inside the hotel, someone has just found out what happened. And that someone is Keanu Reeves. Maria holds the notebook, looking at the streets ahead. She has no idea that inside the hotel, Keanu has just learned the truth. Inside the Grand Crystal Hotel, the party goes on. Glasses clink, laughter fills the air, and Hollywood's important people enjoy a night of fancy things. Keanu Reeves doesn't know yet. He is talking with a movie director when a nervous voice stops him. "Mr. Reeves, I need to tell you something." Keanu turns and sees a waiter, a young man in his 20s, moving uncomfortably. He looks around to make sure no one else hears. "It's about the woman who asked for your autograph." Keanu's face shows worry. "The cleaning lady?" The waiter nods. They fired her for that, sir." Keanu's whole way changes right away. "What?" The warmth in his face turns to a deep, controlled anger. The waiter nods fast, speaking quietly. "She wasn't supposed to talk to guests. Her boss caught her and fired her right there. She left the hotel a few minutes ago." Keanu's jaw gets tight. He runs a hand through his hair, taking a deep breath to hold back his upset. "She was just asking for an autograph for her grandson." "I know," the waiter says, his voice full of surprise. "It's not fair." Keanu agrees. "It isn't just not fair, it is mean." He thinks back to the moment he signed the notebook. He saw Maria's hands shaking, her eyes full of something deeper than just liking him. A strong need to bring joy to someone she loves. And now, because of that, she has lost her job. Keanu isn't the kind of person to do nothing. He stands straight, his choice made. "Where's the manager?" The waiter points to the far side of the big room. Keanu doesn't wait. With strong steps, he walks through the crowd. People notice. Talk stop. Eyes follow him. Keanu Reeves never makes a big fuss, but something is about to happen. Keanu's face gets serious as he sees the hotel manager. He isn't going to let this go. Not tonight. Keanu Reeves isn't an actor who makes problems. He isn't the type to want attention or cause a scene. But this is different. His long steps take him toward the man he wants, Mr. Langley, the hotel supervisor who fired Maria. Langley is talking with a rich guest when he sees Keanu coming. His polite smile shakes for a second, but he quickly hides it with his usual cool look. "Mr. Reeves, what a pleasure. Is there something I can help you with?" Keanu doesn't say nice things back. "I just heard about the cleaning lady. The one who asked for my autograph." Langley gets stiff a little, but keeps his face normal. "Ah, yes. She was let go. Unfortunately, staff members are not allowed to talk with guests. It's the rule." Keanu's look gets harder. "Rule?" His voice is calm, but there is a sharp part to it now. A woman who has worked here for almost 2 decades was fired for asking for an autograph? A simple favor? Langley's face stays blank. "Rules are there for a reason, Mr. Reeves. If we allow one employee to break them, others will do the same. The hotel must keep a certain level of good behavior." Keanu steps closer, his voice lower but somehow stronger. "Tell me something, Mr. Langley. Do you think that was the right thing to do?" Langley waits for just a tiny second. "It's not about what I think, sir. It's about company rules." Keanu's lips press into a thin line. Around them, people start to notice. Talks slow down. Eyes turn to them. The party is meant to be a happy event for giving and charity. And yet, here is a hotel firing an old cleaning lady over something so small. Keanu sees how wrong it is, clear as day. And he isn't the only one. A quiet talk starts to spread through the crowd. People whisper, "Is that Keanu Reeves? What's going on?" One of the reporters, feeling that something is happening, quietly lifts his phone camera. Keanu takes a deep breath, his face softening just a bit. "Listen, I understand rules. I understand that hotels need order. But what I don't understand is why you'd punish someone for showing a little kindness." Langley stays quiet. Keanu crosses his arms. She wasn't asking for herself. She was doing it for her sick grandson. A woman nearby makes a surprised sound. More whispers. More eyes turning to them. Langley moves uncomfortably. "I'm sorry, Mr. Reeves, but my decision stands." Keanu's face gets darker. He never uses his fame to ask for special things. But tonight he will make a change. "Then I guess I'll have to do something about it myself." Langley frowns. "Excuse me?" Keanu turns away, pulling out his phone. The whole room watches in quiet as he starts to type. Less than a minute later, he looks up, his face showing nothing. "I just posted about this. I wonder how the world will feel about a hotel that fires old women for being kind." Langley's face loses color right away. People around them take out their phones. Some guests have already seen the post. It is spreading fast. Langley's jaw gets tight. He has made a mistake, a big one. Langley's eyes look across the room, seeing how many people are watching. The power of Keanu's words and his fame is about to change everything. Mr. Langley's face turns white as he understands. This isn't just a problem inside the hotel anymore. Keanu Reeves has made it open to everyone. Guests talk quietly among themselves, phones in hand, looking at the actor's post. Some start whispering, others stare right at Langley, their looks changing from wondering to judging. Langley swallows hard. He has seen bad news stories before, but never has one fallen apart so fast right in front of him. "Mr. Reeves, I'm sure there's a way to fix this," he says with a shake in his voice, his once strong words now full of worry. Keanu, still holding his phone, raises an eyebrow. "Oh, I'm counting on it." Langley waits, looking around the room. Some guests have started recording. There is no way out. With a fake smile, he fixes his tie and takes a quick breath. "Perhaps we acted too fast. Let's talk about how to fix this." Keanu's face stays hard to read. "First, you're going to call Maria. You're going to say sorry, and you're going to offer her job back." Langley makes a face but nods. "Of course. Right away." Maria is still walking through the cold streets, holding the notebook like it is keeping her alive. She hasn't told Tomas yet. How could she? Her thoughts are a mix of feelings, sadness, anger, but most of all, fear. Without her job, how will she keep paying for the doctor bills, the hospital trips, the rent? Her phone rings, pulling her out of her thoughts. She frowns at the number. It is the hotel. For a short time, she thinks about not answering. But then, with a sigh, she does. "Maria, it's Mr. Langley," comes the voice on the other end. Her stomach gets tight. "What do you want?" she asks, her voice stronger than she thought. A long pause, then finally, "We made a mistake. We want you to come back." Maria almost trips while walking. "What?" Langley clears his throat, his usual cold way now like he feels bad. "We overreacted. We'd like to offer you your position back. And of course, we'll pay you for the trouble." Maria blinks, totally surprised. But then something makes sense. This isn't because he changed his mind all of a sudden. This is because of Keanu. A warm feeling spreads in her chest. She breathes out sharply, holding the phone. "I'll be there soon." Maria waits before stepping inside the same doors she left in shame. Now they welcome her as if nothing happened. She thought she would feel small. She thought she would feel bad. But as soon as she steps inside, something surprising happens. People clap. She stops. The staff, the waiters, the guests, they are clapping for her. She turns, totally confused, as Keanu comes near her, his face kind. "Welcome back, Maria," he says softly. Her hands shake. She looks at the crowd, then back at him. "Mr. Reeves, I don't know what to say." Keanu smiles. "Then don't say anything. Just take this." He holds out an envelope. Maria's eyes get big. With shaking fingers, she takes it and opens it, thinking maybe it is a letter or a nice note. Instead, her breath stops. Inside is a check, a big check. She gasps, her hand going to her mouth. This is too much." Keanu shakes his head. "It's for Tomas's doctor bills. Anything he needs. No rules attached." Tears come up in her eyes. She can't believe it. The man she has liked from far away, her grandson's hero, has just changed her life. And yet, Keanu isn't done. "I also have one more thing." He pulls out a small envelope and gives it to her. Maria's hands shake as she opens it. Inside are 2 VIP tickets to the first showing of his next movie. "I'd love for you and Tomas to come." The weight of everything hits her all at once. She had lost everything tonight, and yet somehow she has gained so much more. Tears fall down her cheeks. "Thank you, from the bottom of my heart." Keanu just smiles. "You don't need to thank me. Just tell Tomas I can't wait to meet him." Maria holds the tickets in her hands, full of strong feelings. But she has no idea that this story is far from over. Because soon the whole world will know what happened. Maria leaves the Grand Crystal Hotel that night feeling like she is walking on air. Held in her hands are 2 things she never thought she would have. A check that will change her grandson's life, and VIP tickets to meet his hero. She had walked into that hotel as an invisible cleaning lady. She walked out as the woman who had touched Keanu Reeves's heart. But what Maria doesn't know is that her story is already spreading like a fast fire. By the time Maria gets home, tired but full of hope, something amazing is happening. Keanu Reeves's post on social media about what happened has gone very popular. News places have taken the story. In hours, big titles fill the internet. Keanu Reeves stands up for hotel worker fired over autograph request. Grandmother fired for asking Keanu Reeves for autograph. His response will make you cry. Hashtag Justice for Maria trends worldwide after Keanu calls out hotel. The internet blows up with reactions. People fill the Grand Crystal Hotel's website and social media, asking for answers. How do you fire someone for such a small act of kindness? Keanu Reeves is a legend, and this hotel should be ashamed. She worked there for 20 years, and they treated her like this? Disgusting. The bad reaction is quick. In 24 hours, the hotel puts out a public sorry, saying the event was a mix-up and that they are looking at their rules to make sure they are fair for all workers. But for the world, it is too late. The harm is done. Maria sits on the edge of her simple couch, still trying to understand everything. She has just told Tomas what happened, about Keanu, the autograph, and the amazing gift. The boy, still weak from his sickness, holds the signed notebook to his chest like it is the best treasure ever. "Grandma, I get to meet Keanu Reeves?" he asks, his voice just above a whisper. Maria runs her fingers through his hair, smiling even though she is tired. "Yes, my love, you do." A sudden knock at the door surprises them both. Maria waits before getting up. She isn't waiting for anyone. When she opens the door, her heart almost stops. Standing outside is a group of reporters, cameras ready. "Miss Esteban, can we have a word?" one asks. "How do you feel about Keanu Reeves helping you? What would you like to say to the world?" Maria's eyes get wide. She has spent her whole life in the back, not seen and not heard. Now, suddenly, the world wants to know her story. She waits, not sure what to say. Then, slowly, she turns and looks back inside, where Tomas sits hugging his special autograph, his face shining with joy. That is all that matters. She takes a deep breath, steps forward, and speaks. "I just want to say thank you to Keanu, to everyone who has shown kindness. And I hope this reminds people that sometimes a little bit of kindness can change a life." The reporters write fast, cameras flashing. The world is listening. Maria never thought she would be in the light, but now her story is spreading faster than she can think. And soon, it will reach someone very surprising. The days after are like nothing Maria has ever known. She has spent many years in the shadows, not noticed in a world that often forgets people like her. The cleaners, the workers, the hidden hands that make everything work well. But now the world knows her name. Maria's story isn't just about a lost job or a famous actor's kindness. It becomes a sign of something bigger. It is about being human in a world that often feels cold. The internet keeps talking with messages of help, anger, and liking. Keanu Reeves, once again proving he's the best human on the planet. This story made me cry. We need more kindness in the world. Maria stands for millions of hardworking people. Let's remember to thank them. And then, something not expected happens. A GoFundMe page is started by a stranger, someone touched by Maria's story. "Let's give Maria and Tomas the life they deserve," the page says. In days, money comes in from all over the world. $10, $50, $500. People give what they can. By the end of the week, the page has raised over $150,000. Maria is full of surprise. "I don't know how to thank you all," she says in a short video, holding back tears. "I never expected this. But I promise every penny will go toward taking care of Tomas." When the day of the movie first showing comes, Tomas can hardly hold in his excitement. Dressed in a tiny suit, he holds tight to his grandmother's hand as they walk down the red carpet, with flashing cameras and cheering fans around them. And then there he is. Keanu Reeves stands at the end of the carpet, waiting for them, a big smile on his face. Tomas stops in surprise. Keanu kneels down, opening his arms. "Come here, little guy." Tomas runs straight into them. Maria watches, tears going down her face as her grandson hugs his hero. Not just an actor, but the man who changed their lives. Keanu takes the notebook from Tomas and looks through the drawings again. "You know, I might need you to design some characters for my next movie." Tomas's eyes get wide in shock. "Really?" Keanu grins. "Absolutely." That night, Maria sits beside Tomas in the best seats in the theater, watching the film not just as fans, but as special guests. As the lights go down and the movie starts, she takes a deep breath, finally letting herself relax. She had walked into that hotel as just a cleaner. She walked out as a grandmother who had changed the world just by keeping a promise. And in the end, it isn't about being famous. It isn't about the money. It is about kindness. Because sometimes one small act of kindness makes waves that go farther than we can ever think. If you enjoyed this story, we have many more that will warm your heart. Click the screen to find more stories of hope, caring, and strength.